The most life-altering moment in my healing journey was the realization that everything that I'm experiencing, the good, the bad, the stuff I don't like about my life, the stuff I love about my life, but mainly the stuff I don't like about my life, was 100% entirely coming from me. What's interesting is that around this same time that Taylor Swift song came out, Hi, It's Me, I'm the Problem, and it like got in my mind and I started seeing how I am the problem in my life. Everything that I put on other people, everything I blamed other people for, that I held resentment around, that I was triggered around, every thing that appeared in my reality that I didn't like for example, interacting with somebody who was crossing my boundaries, every single experience is coming from me, from my frequency. So it's like one thing to realize that in theory or to understand it in our mind, in our mental space. It's another thing to bring that knowledge down into the physical and do something with it. And what I've been doing for the last few years is healing myself using this tool. And basically what I've been doing is every single time I get triggered or have some kind of, I notice that I'm having a resentment or there's something in my reality that I don't like, I immediately look within and question what in me is causing this experience and how can I lean into everything I'm resisting in that moment in order to heal this thing and choose differently. So I'll give an example. My whole spiritual awakening happened in the middle of having 4 children over a decade and losing a business. So I had all this material around me, the loss of a business, the carrying birth and postpartum of 4 children, daughters, and then the reflection that each daughter gave to me as they started to grow up and how that triggered me. So I used all of this in my life, which was, I had a really hard time. I had really bad postpartum depression. I was super sad about losing my business. I was in adrenal failure. I was in some kind of spiritual psychosis as I was awakening. I mean, it was a lot at once, but it was all material for me. And I used it, and every single thing that I resisted, everything that triggered me, I turned and I said, what is the belief system or the program that I'm carrying that is causing me to feel this way, that is causing this reaction within me? Because however I'm reacting or feeling, it's all part of my programming and my belief system. And a lot of that is not the truth. A lot of it is stuff that I've been programmed with that isn't reality. So for example, my kids would be upset and I would get upset. And what I started to realize is that I never learned how to regulate my nervous system and how to hold space, and that somebody else being upset doesn't mean that I need to be upset. And that really what they're expressing is a need for safety, security, emotional and nervous system regulation. So over time, I taught myself how to regulate myself and my emotions and take care of myself so that I wasn't having a trigger when a 3-year-old was having a trigger, and I was able to be the adult that I probably needed when I was 3 to hold space and allow that child to co-regulate against my nice and calm nervous system. I have tons of examples of how I've done this, but it has literally transformed my life. It was not a specific course or a specific teacher or anything outside of myself, really. And that is another key here, is that one thing that we do in the spiritual community is we wait for things to happen, for something to come and save us, for something to happen that is going to change things. And all of that results in a waiting frequency. It's not actually happening. We have to take action now. Okay, that's kind of a sidebar. The point here is that all of this can be done, all of the healing can be done within, following your own intuition and leaning into the things that you're resisting. What in your life right now are you resisting doing? Who are you resisting talking to? Are you resisting looking at your bank account? Are you resisting calling the dentist? Does the thought of calling a friend that you have beef with or a family member, do you have resistance to picking up the phone when they call? All of these little tiny things in your life are the keys to your healing. And when you feel that resistance, you just look within, find the program or the belief system you're running that's telling you that something bad's going to happen, or, whatever it's telling you, and tell yourself the truth. What is the truth? Who are you today? What are you able to handle today? What are you able to say in this situation in order to balance the energy? Can you stand up and be the adult that your inner child always needed?